He want to fight in White House, and I also want to be there.
Yeah, is that the biggest fight for you, do you think? And again, I know I almost don't like asking these questions because I know you got a big fight in front of you, but is that the biggest fight that they could
I
make
think,
for you?
yeah, for the, like, it's gonna be like big, like, for MMA community, it's gonna be big fights. People want this fight, and if UFC want this fight, and we can do this. I know UFC want to do like some big fight in White House. Which fight is gonna be bigger than this? I saw the fight, he's good, and now I don't know who is gonna be next for Ilia. If we talk about our fights, I have good fights now, and I know he's gonna fight soon, and we'll see what's gonna be happening. He want to fight in White House, and I also want to be there.
Is that the biggest fight that they could
I
make
think,
for you?
yeah, for the, like, it's gonna be like big, like, for MMA community, it's gonna be big fights. And people want this fight, and if UFC want this fight, and we can do this. I know UFC want to do like some big fight in White House.
Islam Makhachev has never been one to chase headlines, yet somehow he's become the headline everyone's talking about. The Dagestani powerhouse just confirmed his willingness to fight Ilia Topuria, and the moment he did, he made it clear that this isn't just about pride. It's about business. If the UFC wants it, he said, they better bring a big check. That single line set the internet ablaze, because when one of the most dominant fighters alive starts talking about a super fight with another champion, you know something huge is brewing. And this time, Islam isn't just aiming for a belt, he's aiming for history. The idea of Islam versus Ilia Topuria is already wild enough. But what sent the MMA world into a frenzy was where they might fight. The White House. Yes, the actual White House. What started as an unbelievable rumor suddenly gained real traction when Dana White hinted that the UFC is working on a historic 2026 event to celebrate 250 years of American history. Imagine it, the octagon on the South Lawn with world champions walking out under the American flag. Islam versus Topuria, two champions from opposite worlds, meeting in one of the most iconic locations in the world. It sounds like something out of a movie, but in true UFC fashion, it might just become reality. But here's the thing, Islam isn't jumping into this fantasy fight for free. He's already made that clear. If I have to go back to 155, he warned, they're gonna have to pay for it. That's not arrogance. That's reality. After years of cutting brutal amounts of weight to dominate the lightweight division, Makhachev knows exactly what it takes out of his body. These days, he's grown into a full-sized welterweight. He's built muscle, strength, and power. And he's not interested in shrinking back down unless the paycheck matches the pain. Still, before he can even think about Topuria or the White House, there's one massive test ahead. UFC 322. Islam's debut at 170 pounds is set for November 15th when he faces Jack Della Maddalena, Australia's rising star and one of the most dangerous strikers in the sport. For Makhachev, this isn't just a new fight, and it's a new chapter. He's not just trying to win another belt, he's trying to prove that his dominance can transcend divisions. That his grappling, his control, and his intelligence can still crush anyone, even at a heavier weight. The transition hasn't been easy.
Talking about you win, he wants to go up to 170. I imagine that's probably where you would want to fight, because you don't want to go back to 155.
If you come, it's gonna be better for me. If I have to cut 155, then it's gonna be hard, and then I might have to pay for this. Finally become a little bit big now, because I try to, like, last couple of months, it's very hard. I use like creatine, protein after every training. I try to eat more, but it's very hard when you train twice a day. When you're training hard, it's very hard to gain.
What has been Khabib's biggest message to you during this camp?
It's not secret. He told me, like, take him down, try to take him down and make him tired there. And I think I can finish him in the ground, I can choke him, do some like armbar something, because I feel, I saw his skills in the ground. He good, but I have something more.
Islam himself admitted that gaining weight the right way has been harder than any cut he's ever done. It's very hard, he said. I use creatine, protein, try to eat more, but when you train twice a day, it's tough to gain anything. But his determination has paid off. He's now walking around at almost 192 pounds, his strength skyrocketing without losing his sharpness. His entire training camp has been redesigned. New sparring partners, new conditioning plans, new diet, everything aimed at transforming him into a true welterweight, and guiding him through it all, none other than Khabib Nurmagomedov. Islam said Khabib's message was simple but powerful. Take him down, make him tired, and finish him. It's classic Dagestani advice. Brutal in its simplicity, but devastating in execution. That's what makes Islam so special. He doesn't need to hide his game plan. He tells you exactly what he's going to do, and you still can't stop it. But not everyone is convinced that this move up will go smoothly. Former UFC fighters like Philip Rowe believe that Makhachev's size won't translate to welterweight. He's a champ, no question, Rowe said, but I think JDM stops him. The power at this weight is different. And then there's Robert Whittaker, who's been through both divisions himself. His take: Jack has the grit and the hands to make Islam pay if he can keep it standing. Even analysts like Dan Hardy have pointed out the risk. History shows that not every dominant champion can carry that dominance up a division. You can't just assume the same control, Hardy said. The guys are bigger, the punches are heavier, and the pace feels different. But Hardy also added one key point: when if anyone can do it, it's Makhachev. His timing, fight IQ, and relentless pressure make him one of the most adaptable champions the UFC has ever seen. Meanwhile, Jack Della Maddalena has his own army of supporters. Fellow Aussies like Steve Urcheg have praised his patience and striking precision, calling him the calmest chaos in the cage. Even legends like Yoel Romero have admitted that while Islam's grappling is elite, Jack's ability to get back on his feet and keep the fight standing could turn this matchup into a war. Merab Dvalishvili, another relentless grappler, echoed that thought. Islam can win, but it's not going to be easy. Jack's defense and cardio make him dangerous. And when Charles Oliveira, the man who's felt Islam's pressure firsthand, weighs in, people listen. If Jack can survive the early rounds, Oliveira said, he might pull Islam into a place he's never been before. It's a chilling idea. We've never seen Islam out of control in a fight. But what happens if someone forces him into deep water and doesn't break? That's the question everyone's asking heading into UFC 322. Still, Islam's confidence hasn't wavered. To him, the move to welterweight isn't a risk. It's an evolution. He's not cutting weight anymore, not draining himself. For the first time, he's fighting healthy, strong, and fueled. When I fought at 155, he said, sometimes I entered the cage only 60 or 70% recovered. This time, he expects to walk into the octagon at 100%. No more exhaustion, no more dehydration, just raw power and focus. The people around him can see the difference. Umar Nurmagomedov said Islam looks more dangerous than ever. His striking is sharper, his transitions faster, his strength unshakable. He's ready for anyone, Umar said. If plan A fails, he's got B, C, D. He's got the whole alphabet. That's what makes him terrifying. He adapts faster than anyone else. And as fight night approaches, the entire MMA community is buzzing. Some see Islam as unstoppable, the next two-division champion destined for greatness. Others see Jack Della Maddalena as the man who could shock the world. But deep down, everyone knows what's at stake. If Makhachev wins, if he conquers another division, the White House fight might not just be talk anymore. It could be the next headline. Imagine the scene, the White House lawn transformed into an arena, with fans watching as Makhachev and Topuria step into the cage. Two champions, two nations, two styles. Power versus precision, control versus chaos. It would be more than a fight, it would be a global moment. And Islam knows exactly how much it would mean. That's why when he says he'll regret it, he's not just talking about Jack or Ilia. He's talking about anyone who doubts his ability to make history, because that's what this version of Islam Makhachev is chasing now. Not just wins, but immortality. He's been to the top once, and now he's climbing an even higher mountain. Every training session, every interview, every word he speaks carries the weight of a man who's already achieved greatness, but isn't done yet. The fans feel it too. This isn't just another matchup, it's a story that could redefine the UFC. Whether he's facing Maddalena for welterweight gold or Topuria for a super fight under the White House lights, one thing is certain: Islam Makhachev is ready to make history again, and this time, he's not just doing it for pride or legacy, he's doing it for the biggest stage, the biggest paycheck, and the ultimate statement that no matter the weight, no matter the opponent, the Dagestani dominance still reigns supreme.